We are here in Westfield, Massachusetts, speaking with a family-run laundromat who just opened their third location. Let's check out their dynamic.
As we've been building these stores, we kind of set up the systems, the processes, the procedures, so that this store should run without us being here. I mean, that's the whole point of owning a business, is not to be here working, it's to be out doing other stuff while your business is still making money. Your staff need direction. Yes, they can call you for stuff, but if you have all the procedures for them, it makes it much easier.
The challenges you have to overcome when working in a business like this, there's a lot of customers that come in, they all want the same thing, but the way you get to it is always just a little bit different.
Hey guys, it's a beautiful store you have here. Do you mind telling me who you are and where we are?
Absolutely.
So I'm Alex Bloom from Massachusetts. We're at Waterford's Laundromat. This is Mount Lake Dreaming.
Westfield, Mass is where we're at.
Yes.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about this place. Is this your first location?
So this is not our first location. We have 3 in total. This is the one we just recently finished renovating. This has all the newest features.
Awesome. And how long did it kind of start from the ground up?
Ground up, we're 3 years in as of last month.
What did you do before Laundromat?
Oh, we have a long list of small businesses that we own. So we've had towing companies, we have a construction company, we've been in the vending business.
I'm a social worker by trade,
Jesus.
9 to 4 p.m. every day.
So we've had a long list of small businesses that we've been into. Rentals, short-term rentals, long-term rentals.
Vending machines, you name it, we've tried it.
And what made you transition to Laundromat?
It sounded like a really good idea at the time. There was a bunch of content out there that said, hey, laundromats are great. And we were looking for something to do a 1031 exchange into, and Laundromat just seemed to fit the bill. And then we fell in love with it, I think.
Absolutely.
Did you do a lot of research beforehand?
Tons of research, yeah. Mostly a lot of YouTube, a lot of going to our neighborhood laundromats and checking out how they're running their stores, what equipment they had, and then speaking to a lot of the distributors in the area.
And what's the dynamic between you two? Have you guys started first, second, third laundromat together as well?
So Alex and I have been together for about 22 years. And every time Alex says, hey, I have an idea, I say, let's go for it. Why not? So that's how we actually got into this laundromat business.
That's pretty much
This
sums it
was the
up.
best idea you've had so far?
So far.
I think this was my best idea, but yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, no, so far, we love this community. We love giving back. And we didn't realize that laundromats would be so driven by the community. So it's a wonderful thing, especially because I am a social worker by trade. So I love it.
So a while ago, did you guys think that laundromats was something you were going to go into, or kind of catch you by
No.
surprise?
No, I think when we were younger and we had our
Yeah.
first apartment, we used to go to lawn, so we knew the inner workings of how they are. We also knew what we didn't like about
Yeah.
it. So I think when we got into it, not knowingly, it was never planned. It was just like, hey, this makes sense on paper. Like the maths really well.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, so we know what we didn't like from 20 years ago. Let's kind of change things up a little bit and make the store a little different.
So you think being a customer before kind of led you to make a better laundromat as an owner?
Oh yeah,
think so, for sure.
absolutely. We knew exactly what we didn't want, right? We didn't want something that was dark and dingy and dirty and not welcoming. So we aspired to always greet the customers when they come in, ensure that the store is always clean and making sure that we have the most up-to-date technology.
What was the biggest struggle in starting up first laundromat?
Purchasing multiple at one time. I think that was all.
I think that was a struggle. Our very first location we bought with the real estate, so we had to get through all of the environmental hurt, and we had a bunch of other locations that fell through. So just getting through, looking at all of these locations that didn't pan out, and not getting discouraged while you're looking through all of them and doing all this work and putting all these numbers together, and then finally finding that right location and everything works out. I think the biggest struggle was just the search.
Church, yeah. That's
And how do you guys feel now that you're a couple years into it?
Feel great. It's a great industry to be in. We love our customers, we love our staff, we love, honestly, the entire industry as a whole. From here to California, we've met some really good people
Yes.
that are always willing to help. And
Absolutely, yeah. The
so-
community is very welcoming. The laundromat community is very welcoming, which is very surprising. I would have thought that it would have been more competitive, but everybody is so willing to give us knowledge and experience, and it's just been so welcoming.
And you don't find that in a lot of industries, so it's really great to see here.
Well, considering you guys had a bunch of small business before this,
Yes.
you've always been an entrepreneur, correct? What is it like doing laundromats versus some of the other small businesses that you did?
I think laundromats, it really depends, right? So there's so many different setups to a laundromat. You can have the self-serve, you can have the wash and fold, the pickup and delivery, and those are essentially 3 different businesses. So I guess if you look at just at the self-serve laundromat side of it, it's much easier than all the other businesses because customers do all the work. So we're not hiring a ton of staff to do all the laundry. When other businesses, you have higher skill levels needed, and those are much harder to hire. So when you look at at that aspect, this is definitely much easier than any other business we've
Absolutely.
done. But it still takes a lot of work and behind the scenes. It's not as easy as open the doors and empty the coin boxes.
Exactly.
A common misconception is that laundromats are passive income. Would you
Correct.
guys agree or disagree with that?
We would,
On
it's
a
like
level.
50-50, right?
Yeah, so you can make your laundromat more passive by having the right systems in place, which is what we're trying to do with technology here. But at the same time, you have to work as well. So it's not 100% passive, but you can make it passive as you kind of need it to be.
And is that y'all's goal for the future for the other laundromats you plan to open?
100%.
For sure.
Absolutely, yes.
Our goal is to have our son kind of start managing them so we can
Yes.
just retire young.
Why not?
Well, I wish the best for you guys.
Thank you.
Do you mind if we take a look outside?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. So we are now outside. Do you guys mind telling me about this location in specific, kind of the surrounding area, the demographics?
So we're right downtown Westfield. Our address is on White Street, but right to the side here, this is our main road. This is Main Street that leads right to the center of town. We have great visibility being downtown, and we have a ton of glass in our store, and that's why we kind of did the larger billboard signs so people could really see us as they drive down Main Street.
Is there a lot of traffic to this location?
There is. We're also the biggest store in town, which helps, and being right downtown as everybody drives by.
That, and we're on a bus line, so that's wonderful. We have a lot of pedestrians that come in as well, so we're getting it from all angles.
What was the thought process behind choosing this specific location? Was there anything that kind of pulled you guys in, drove you away?
We live 10 minutes up the street.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a no-brainer.
We're Westfield locals, yeah.
Well, yeah, we lived here for a while. Our son grew up in this town, went to school here. So when the opportunity came up, this has been a laundromat for like 40 years,
Yes,
I
it
believe.
has.
On the previous owners, I'm not going to call it a zombie mat. They held older equipment, but they really did a good job maintaining it.
Yes.
Like it was functional, everything worked. There was no out of order signs. It was just time for them to retire. So when they sold it and we did the renovations, it was a huge change here.
So you guys purchased instead of lease, correct? You took it off their hands a little bit?
So no, so we purchased the building and we're, the business, and we're leasing the
the
building.
building, yep.
And is that congruent through all your other locations?
No.
Nope, this is the only one we don't own. So we actually own the real estate at our 2 other stores. And we just had a conversation with these awesome landlords. They're not ready to sell yet, but they did talk to us about hopefully in the future
Fingers
making it a thing. So
And what's
we'll
your
see.
preference, to lease or to buy?
To buy.
To buy for sure. You want to control
100%.
the real estate.
Why would you say? What are the pros of it?
Yeah.
So the pros of it is you don't have to ask permission to do things like, paint the top of the building, put your signs up. You also get the long-term appreciation of owning real estate and the awesome tax appreciation of owning real estate. So it's kind of a win-win for us.
Absolutely. And then there's also the option, if we no longer want to be the business owners, we can now lease the business out. So that's great.
It's awesome. We spoke about community a little while back. Would you tell me about that? The type of people that you see come in on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have young professionals that come in. We have, busy parents that come in. We offer a lot of different services, pickup and delivery, express, which is wash, dry, and we don't fold. What else would you say?
We also have a lot of lower income, and we do a free laundry night partnered with a local church and a local a local insurance company, an attorney in town that kind of sponsor the event. It's for Laundry Love. So once a month for it's about 2 hours, they pretty much take over the store, and it's free for anybody that walks
Free
through the
80
store.
pounds of laundry, which is
So-
wonderful. It's really
How does that
refreshing.
affect y'all's business?
It really doesn't affect us
absolutely.
negatively or positively. We get a lot of people that come in that need the services, and we have a lot of volunteers that come in to kind of help us run it because it does get crowded and overwhelming. So the community pitches in, we pitch in, and everybody just has a good time and gets some clean laundry out of it.
So, well, going forward, when you're going to choose a new location and the demographics, what do you guys think you're going to look for?
Real estate.
Yes.
Real estate, and obviously we want to be somewhere we could be seen, right?
Yeah.
We're not like a behind an industrial park type of business. So when we do look for laundromats, we like the location for visibility as well as the real estate is really important.
Well, I see we have some parking. Do you mind telling me about the parking situation?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have off-street parking, we have some parking on the property, and then we kind of take over the other businesses' parking.
This little plaza has been really good not to like tow our customers out. So they all park here, walk across the street. It hasn't been a problem yet.
Yes.
You haven't got any complaints yet?
No, not yet.
And when we do, we'll kind of just offer them some free laundry to make them happy.
I
Absolutely.
mean, that works.
Barter, right?
So with this location specific, what's the square footage?
So this, our part of the building is 3,000 square feet. We have a little bit over 2,000 dedicated to the self-serve side, and then the rest is our storage for our wash and fold and pickup and delivery.
And how many machines do you have?
This store has 31 washers and 23 dryer pockets.
Awesome. Well, I'd love to go take a look at them.
Let's go check it out.
Come on in.
Well, before we take a tour of the store, I would love for you to introduce your son.
Yeah, so this is my son, Damien. He's quite a big help in our business, and hopefully he'll take over one day. Hopefully, yeah.
Awesome. Well, tell me about these washers right here. What's the load capacity and why did you choose to place it right when people walk in?
So here we have the 40-pounder at the edge, and this whole row here has the 80s, the 60s, the 40s. We put all the bigger ones right across from the windows, right across from people come in, because we want them to come on in and go right to the biggest machines, because, I mean, the high spend prices are right here, so.
Well, whenever you bought the laundromat from the other people, what were the changes that you made? Did you redo the floor plan?
So we didn't redo the floor plan. The machines are where they were, but this was the 20-pound row, and their biggest ones were in the back of the store. So we kind of flip-flopped it, put all the biggest ones here. So we renovated this store in phases. Our first phase was all the larger machines. So we took all the smaller stuff out, put all the big stuff in, and once that finished, we went to the next phase and did the next row of machines.
Do you have any more renovations coming soon?
Not yet. We're looking. We're always looking. So.
Awesome. Well, tell me a little bit about the seating arrangements throughout the laundromat. Was that intentional?
It was. So these kind of flow with the stainless steel machines, and they're a little bit more modern looking than what we're used to seeing in laundromats. So they're kind of like airport style seating.
Okay.
So we swapped them out to these. They were fairly inexpensive. People seem to like them. They're actually really comfortable. So it seems to work.
Do you see people do homework and all that stuff come in and pop open their laptop?
We do. And then we added the bar stool kind of by the front window with the bar area, so they can actually sit there. There's an outlet for the laptop, and they can get work done conveniently.
Awesome. And the folding station over here, I know you guys do wash, dry, fold, correct?
We do.
So do the employees fold here, or is there a separate place in the back?
There's both. It really depends on how busy the store is. I want them to fold in both areas. When they're out here, they can kind of interact with the customers a little bit more, which our customers here love. And when it's really busy, they can go in the back and kind of be out of the way.
Awesome. Well, tell me a little bit about the vending machines over here. You guys said you did vending before, correct?
We used to have a vending route. We had, I can't remember, it was like 15 machines or so in a bunch of locations, and it was just too much work, so we sold it.
So do you guys restock these yourself?
We do. We kept all of the ones in our own locations. We sold everything else. This machine used to say healthy vending on it. You kind of see them in random places, and there was nothing healthy in it.
Perfect. You rebranded it.
We rebranded it. We put all the junk on the stickers on the outside, so now people could really know we sell the junk. We got the goods in there, the stuff the kids really want.
Do you see a lot of income come from that, or just a little bit?
It actually does really well. We have a dollar store right next door, so that kind of kills our business here. But some of our other stores do really, really well with the vending machine. One of our other stores, it's like a little community convenience store. That one vending machine, and people are coming in and off the street all day long just buying snacks out of it. So it works.
Awesome. Well, I see that we have self-service over here, which I'd love to touch on in just a little bit. But my attention is drawn to this change machine and the giant machine over it.
And the giant machine over it, yeah.
What is that?
So that giant machine that's kind of displaying all the random pictures is our ozone generator. We decided to install the ozone system because it really works. It keeps our machines smelling clean, the customer laundry's clean, fresh, bright, and our customers even notice the difference. We added this in our other store first. This came here to this location after. And we realized that people would drive through 4 or 5 towns past 10 other laundromats just to come to us to use the ozone system. So it was worth the investment.
And then what about the change system? Are you guys coins, hybrid?
So we're all of the above. We like to make it easy for customers to give us their money. So we have the change machine if they want to go with the old school change. We also have the value center. So we have an app. The app they can download, they can use that app to start the machine. They can use it to see if the store's busy when they're at home. And they can load it with card or cash to get rewards. And that's what the value center is. They can put cash in there, it shows up on their app, and they're able to take, advantage of the rewards we offer.
What kind of rewards do you guys offer?
So we have the $20, you load $20, you get 2 free. April 1st through April 7th, which just passed, we did double your dollars in all of our stores.
Okay.
So we actually gave out, I think it was $12,500 to all of our customers during that week.
Oh, wow.
Yep, doubling whatever they added to the app up to $100 would be doubled.
And do you see people gravitate towards, the electronic version of it or coins?
A little bit of both. I think this store is about 30 to 40% coin still. Some of the other stores are 70, 80% card and only 20% coin. It's hard to get people to leave the coin.
Yeah.
But once they do, they don't go back. So it works.
Alrighty, and how about the dryers over here? What's the load capacity on these, and why did you guys place these at the back?
So these 2 big boys are 75-pounders. They are the biggest machines we have in the store for dryers. And our distributor just recommended putting them here and to kind of fit within the footprint. So the dryers we kind of just placed where our distributor recommended.
And what dryers do you guys see being used the most?
I think our 45-pounders, they're our mid-size dryer. I think those are definitely used the most. We actually have more of those than anything, which kind of might skew those numbers, but people like the larger machines, so.
Awesome, and is it touchscreen?
Everything in the store is touchscreen. Not only is it touchscreen, we have what's called the Lucky Cycle, which if you see a screen with 3 stars come up on it, the machine's free, you don't have to pay for it.
Oh, that's awesome. So another reward that
Another
you guys
reward,
offer.
yep. And we get customers that come in and they'll walk around the store before picking a machine just to see if there's a Lucky Cycle.
What kind of wash cycles do you guys offer?
So there's a bunch of different kinds. There's your basic quick 22-minute wash all the way up to a bulky wash. There's special washes for bedding, and then you can add on extras. So you have heavy duty cycles, so you can add extra washes, extra rinses. And if you add an extra rinse, you get extra ozone if you're using cold water.
That's awesome. So when it comes to maintenance for washing machines and dryers, do you guys do that hands-on, or do you have someone?
100%. We try to take care of everything in-house. You know, we have our Daniels supplier who actually gives us the part where we have to purchase the parts from them, but we're very technical. We are pretty hands-on, and it's pretty easy, honestly, when you get down to it, to replace the simple components that fail half the time.
Was there a learning curve there at first, kind of figuring out how to replace it?
A lot of it is very technical and specific. A lot of it's electronic based. So just having the blueprint or the manual in front of you really helps.
You said it's easy. Do you think anybody can do it, or?
I would say personally, but most people probably couldn't, grasp it.
You need a little bit of mechanical background to be able to figure out some of the.
Do you have a mechanical background?
I do, yeah. So I like working on my own cars, but also helping my dad out in his own construction business really helps.
Awesome, that's awesome. Do you recommend having somebody come help fix things, or would you recommend fixing it all yourself if you can?
It really depends. Some things you kind of have to have someone, source out to fix it. But for most components, I believe you can do it yourself. It does save a lot of time and a lot of money if you do it yourself.
And after renovating, did you guys find you had to replace a lot of machines after that, or has it been steady?
We haven't replaced any machines, but parts do fail. Some of the screens fail, or sometimes the locking mechanism fails, or the handles, so we need to replace that as need be.
And you do all the locations? You go and fix everything on all the locations?
Yeah, we do actually.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I see that we have a kids center over here.
We do.
Some little chairs.
We do.
Tell me a little bit about this.
We feel that it's important to kind of get the kids reading again. They're so stuck to their phones and their tablets. And now they come in here, instead of running around the store, they can sit here, they can draw. We have some coloring books, we have some crayons. They can grab a book, they can take the books home with them, bring it back next time. So we encourage kids to read.
Do you see a lot of kids come here and use the kids center?
For sure. And I think it definitely helps the parents, because now they're not running around and being a bother. The parent can get the laundry done while they're at the kids center, and it's a win-win.
And there's a little community board right over there. Anybody can come in and advertise whatever they want?
Anybody. We limit it to no political, no religion, but everything else that's community generated can definitely be up there.
Awesome. And what about the TV up top? Is that for the kids as well, or is that for everyone?
That's for everyone. So that TV actually has our ozone video playing, which kind of describes what ozone is. We have it up there in 3 languages. It plays in English, in Russian, and in Spanish.
Oh, wow.
Because that's kind of the community that we have here. And it has a lot of other store advertising that we put on there as well. We have customers that like to do social media videos with us. So those play on that as well, so they could see themselves after, and they love seeing themselves, which is great.
That's super cool. So you mentioned outside that you wanted something super open, natural lighting. Tell me a little bit about the atmosphere and kind of how you decided on what it is today.
Well, I think when we try to design these laundromats, you got to follow the 3 key rules, right? Clean, safe, and bright. So we keep it clean. Our staff are always cleaning. We made it bright, new LED lighting throughout. And then we also added the white subway tile, which kind of helps the light bounce around the store a little bit and makes it a lot brighter. And we just make it, fresh and safe here.
So I see a lot of blue. Was the color scheme
Yep.
y'all's pick as well, or was that here before?
So that is my wife's design. Picking finishes is above our pay grades. We are told what to put in and where, and that is all we get to pick. So she does a great job designing the stores.
Awesome. And what about some of the other amenities? Do you guys offer free Wi-Fi here?
Yes, we have free Wi-Fi. We have the seating, we have free Wi-Fi, we have the Lucky Cycles, we have a customer bathroom. It's open to the public when our staff is here. This store's hybrid, so they go home a couple hours before closing, and unfortunately we have to lock the bathroom when that happens.
What are the hours like?
So at this store, we're 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. 7 days a week, 365 for self-serve. And Monday through Friday, our staff go home at 8, and Saturday, Sunday, they go home at 6.
Awesome. Well, tell me a little bit about the bathroom for everybody. Do you guys have any problems with security, people hanging out in there?
No, we keep the bathroom locked. It's got a remote function, so our staff can unlock it from behind the counter, so they're not being bothered to run around and unlock doors. But we have a really good customer base here, and they kind of take care of the store with us. So they keep the bathroom clean. We really don't have any issues. One staff is here.
Awesome. And these are some more dryers I see over here. Do you guys mind telling me a little bit about this? The lint situation. Do you manually take the lint out?
Yeah, so the lint gets cleaned about maybe even 2 or 3 times a day. It really depends on how busy we are. When we get a lot of the wash and fold, we'll clean it more. Summer camp season, we'll probably clean it 5 times a day. But the staff do a great job. We have a checklist that they have to follow throughout their shift, and that's on the checklist. And as long as they work through it, everything gets done and nice and simple.
You mentioned summer camp season. What is that for wash, dry, fold?
Summer camp season, yeah. So summer camp starts, I think it's like towards the end of June, and there's overnight camps in this area. And we'll pick up all their laundry. Each kid gets a bag, and we have to wash and fold 2,000 pounds pounds twice a week.
My goodness. Well, while we're on the topic, do you guys mind if we take a peek at Wash Dry Fold?
Let's do it.
We're now behind the counter. Do you guys mind telling me kind of how you set this up?
Yeah, so we designed this with a big garage door so we can close it when our staff goes home and the store can stay open while this is secured. Easy scale to get to. We put it lower so that people didn't have to lug these huge bags up. And our staff are also a little older now, they're not trying to lug it out. So we kind of designed it to be somewhat, user-friendly.
So well, with the system you guys use for Wash Dry Fold, is it AI? How do you do it?
It's not AI. We use curbside laundries. We've been with them since day one. They also designed our website and integrated everything. So our pickup and delivery shows up on the screen. We could track all of our wash and fold, all of our dry cleaning in the same system, and it makes it super convenient.
What's the price point for Wash Dry Fold compared to self-service?
So self-service, our machines start at $4 for our smallest washer, up to $12 on our biggest, plus all the extras you can add. So we've had people like on the 80-pound washer, which is a $12 cycle, spend as much as $24 on it just by adding all the extras.
Oh, wow.
Our wash and fold starts at 99 cents a pound, which is our express service, wash, dry, go, no folding. And then it goes up to $2 a pound for pickup and delivery. And depending on the location you're in, our in-store wash and fold is $1.50 or $1.75. So, and we do dry cleaning as well.
Do you guys do special requests like certain, soaps or?
We do. So we use Laundry Labs Power Packs for the majority of our orders, but if people want to pay extra for the Tide or the Gain or, free and clear, we don't charge extra for free and clear. They can definitely get whatever scent they want.
Awesome. What do you find the most successful in this location? Is it self-service, pickup delivery, wash, dry, fold?
I think our self-service and our wash and fold business is about 50-50. The self-service side is much easier and has a much higher ROI because there's no real labor involved. Our wash and fold service we kind of do just to help out the customers in the area that don't want to do their own laundry, and it keeps our staff busy. But it's about a 50-50.
So did you start with pickup and delivery, or did you kind of add that on after?
Nope, we started with pickup and delivery day one. It's been a slow build because it was really new to this area. Not a ton of people were really offering it. Right now we're doing about 70% in-store drop-off and about 30% pickup.
Awesome. And what's the range? How far do you guys go to do pickup and delivery?
We probably cover a good 20 miles in each direction.
Wow.
So a decent amount of area, because our other stores, we kind of cover their areas too. But we bring all the wash and fold here because we have municipal power. So our gas and electric bill here is about 30% less than everywhere else.
Wow.
So we shifted all of our pickup here to save money. And we have more space here.
What kind of customers do you see come in that use wash, dry, fold, and pickup and delivery?
Everybody. Laundry doesn't discriminate. There's people that, are low income and you would think they would only do self-serve, but they just don't have the time. They're trying to get to their second job. They'll use like the express service because they just need it done. And then we have people that have better things to do with their time than laundry. And we love those people because they just drop off the laundry, they need it done. We have a lot of smaller businesses too that use our service for pickup and delivery. And we even have a few small businesses that like to come see us and they drop off in person.
So other than the summer camp, what other big businesses do you guys have that you kind of take on?
So we do a lot of stuff for nursing homes. It's not consistent. It kind of breaks down to when their machines are broken. If like you get nursing homes, hotels, and their machines break down, they need laundry. They can't function another day. So we offer like an emergency laundry service for them.
What does that look like, an emergency laundry service?
So it really depends on the client. We offer a few different kinds. So we had nursing homes that picked our express service because their machines were broken, but they still had staff. So they're like, we just want you to wash it and dry it. We can take care of all the folding. So we're like, great, that's super simple. We can handle that for you. And we did that for about a year for one client. Their machines were down that long. And it was amazing on our end.
Well, with pickup and delivery, do you guys rent the vans? Do you own vans?
We own the vans. We have one driver, two drivers technically. We have a pickup and delivery manager and a driver. They kind of both share the route since we pick up 7 days a week. We have two vans. One is more of a backup van. We kind of just run one throughout the week. But just in case that goes in the shop, we do have a backup so we're not stuck. So
awesome. Well, I'd love to take a look at the machine back here.
The Presso.
So what is this?
So this is a dry clean refresh machine. We partner with a dry cleaner right now that picks up our dry cleaning every Tuesday and Friday, and then takes, a week or 3 days to get it back based on the rotation. And we were losing a lot of customers because they needed something now. They got an event tomorrow and they just can't wait. So we actually have a dry cleaner directly across the street from us. So we decided to get this machine to offer a same-day service. So now if you forgot you have an event, you pulled something out of the closet, you just need it done so you can be fresh for that event, you can come here, we'll throw it in this machine and it'll be done in under 10 minutes.
Oh wow, will you
It is super simple.
give us a little example?
Absolutely. So I'm gonna open this door here. I'm gonna hang up the shirt. Gotta button it. Slide the sleeves on. And we got a couple of tension clips here. So once it's all set up, it's pretty simple. You just close the door. You select the garment you're putting in. It's a dress shirt. I'm gonna add the refresh. It's not wet, so I'm gonna skip the dry time and it'll actually be done in 3 minutes.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Can you do strapless in here as well, or?
You can. Yep, so there's different clips. You could do pants, shirts, jackets. You could do just about anything that's not leather or suede.
That's super unique. I've never seen that. Well, with this one, how much did it cost, and have you seen a return? Is it worth it, would you say?
So we bought this at the Clean Show, and they had a Clean Show special. Not only did we buy this, we also bought their other machine that's called an Air Touch, which is supposed to be like an AI stain removal. We haven't received it yet. It's supposed to be produced this year. We can't wait for it. But this with the Air Touch was about $28,000.
And have you seen a return?
Not yet. So we just got this installed 2 months ago, and we just unveiled it at our grand opening, which was less than 2 weeks ago. So it's still brand new. We're just kind of showing it to the public now, and we're hoping to kind of get rolling and using it over the next couple months here.
Awesome. So tell me about the procedure and the staffing.
So this store is set up mostly to work on like an auto run. So all the doors are automatic, all the lights are automatic, the alarms, all of that stuff's automatic. So our staff don't even have keys to the building. The doors are unlocked before they show up. They have a code to get into our back room so they can unlock, you know, the counter area. And then they have a whole checklist that they have to follow throughout the shift that's broken down into hour segments. So when they open, they need to check that the bathroom's clean, the store's clean, whatever wash and folds, you know, not processed from the day before, which is pretty easy to tell using our curbside computer system. And they just go through the cleaning checklist, and they go through the daily checklist, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and then once they're done with their shift, they will close the counter, and then the store becomes self-serve.
How many employees do you guys have throughout all 3 locations?
Oh, that's the big one. I
15?
want to say 15 to 17 roughly. We do have some helpers that come in, especially when we get extremely busy during our summer camp. So we have a lot of floats that come in.
And are they full-time, part-time?
Yep, so our main staff are all full-time staff, and then our floats are, again, floats. So they can do 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on what the need is for the store.
Do you offer any benefits?
So right now, the benefits that we offer are employee discounts. So we do a stipend program each month. They get about $50 that they can utilize in store. We do get referrals. And then what else are we doing? The 401.
We've offered a retirement program to some of our staff who wanted nothing to do with it.
They still don't, yeah.
So we've offered it, but
yeah,
you know,
we're still too small to offer health insurance, but that is one of the goals for the future.
What does the hiring process look like?
The hiring process. So right now we've been focusing on like Indeed and Monster, but what we have learned is word of mouth from our staff. That's how we've been able to obtain some wonderful staff.
Yeah, and we have a lot of our staff, our current staff now, we have from our first day being open.
Yes.
They're still with us.
Our day ones.
Our day ones, yeah, we still have our day ones.
Would you say having great employees makes the laundromat in itself better?
100%. I mean, we have customers that come in and are asking specifically for one of our customers.
Just to say hi.
Just to say hi. Before they leave, they'll give hugs to the staff members. So it really makes a difference.
And if you go through our Google reviews, we have really good ratings, and a lot of them mention how clean the store is, which is thanks to our staff. And they also mention how awesome our staff are.
Customer service is huge here, yeah.
So aside from staff, what makes it awesome to work with you guys?
Well, we're
just
awesome
us.
people. We're just awesome people. No, so we really are really people focused, right? So we really focus that our staff are happy, that they're not needing anything. Every time we come into our stores on a daily basis to touch base with them, to make sure that everything is running appropriate. And I think they love that. They love the communication.
You're like seeing the owners come in. They're not just like working for a number. You're working for somebody they can put a face to, and like these, you know, larger corporate stores that you never meet an owner.
Yeah.
Well, I love to hear it. So aside from staff being in building, what's the time commitment on your part?
It's not a ton.
It really isn't a ton. So I work part-time. So I work Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I have Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I have Tuesdays and Fridays off. And I probably spend about 2 hours a day in the store. Not a lot.
I probably stop in the store more than I actually need to because I like being in my stores. But if I had to say how much time do I actually spend, a couple hours every week marketing, which I can do from home, and then just answering my phone when the staff have questions. So it's not a huge commitment as long as everybody shows up to their shift.
Yes.
So you guys kind of structured it to make it a little bit more passive.
Yes.
Yes, we're trying to automate everything, just like Alex mentions. Our doors are on timers, our machines can be started remotely, and we can actually solve any issues that we have with the machines remotely, which makes it awesome for us.
How do people reach you if they have an issue?
So if the counter's closed, there's a number, or if they call the store phone and nobody answers, it just gets forwarded to my cell phone.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we are involved and we'll answer the phones.
We
And even
are,
when
yeah.
our staff are busy throughout the day, if they don't make it to the phone, it still gets forwarded to me because I don't like missing calls.
Yes.
So
A missed call is a missed opportunity.
especially when it's
I
commercial.
like that.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the numbers now. What did it cost to start up?
Quite a bit. The cheapest part of this location itself was probably the location.
Yes.
We were able to buy the location for, laundromats sell per multiple, and this store we didn't pay any multiple of anything. It wasn't actually making a ton of money. I think our previous the sellers were grossing less than 40 grand for the year.
Yeah. Wow.
So we bought this location just for the location. We didn't care about any of the numbers.
Right.
And we are probably 10x that since. So it's been, not just on the self-serve side. And then they did have a small wash and fold business going here too,
Yeah.
which was also part of that 40 grand gross. And I think our wash and fold business has also a little over 10x as well.
Well, how long did it take you to see a return on your investment from the first laundromat?
From the first laundromat, that store was profitable from day one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We lucked out. Our first location was an amazing store that was run by a gentleman in his late 80s who was just ready to retire.
Yes.
The numbers were good, the store was good. I gave the P&L to my banker and she looked it over and she said, Alex, I would lend you money on this right now. It was just great numbers and he had everything backed up.
Yeah.
He had a card system which helped because it counted not only the card sales but the coin sales. And he had all of his bills, he had everything in order. So when we bought that store, it was like, it was a win. It was a
It
home
was
run.
definitely a win for us, for sure.
Awesome. Were any costs that surprised you guys, building laundromats?
Costs that we didn't really have a ton of costs that surprised us. So we're also in the construction trades. Right? We do a lot of commercial renovations. So when we went in to look at some of these stores that needed retools, we already knew what we were getting into. We knew what it would take to do the renovation, to replace the plumbing and upgrade things. So all the research and our other expertise helped us not having those surprises.
So tell me a little bit about the construction side of things then. What do you build? What do you do?
So we own a construction company. We're going on almost 10 years now.
Yes.
And we started out flipping houses and doing bathroom and kitchen remodels, which ended up being higher end bath kitchen remodels. And that's why there's so much tile in our
We
store.
love the tile.
We love the
if you can't tell. It's easy to clean.
Since then, we've kind of transitioned to a lot of commercial type work. So we renovate larger commercial spaces for our customers, including other laundromats for our distributor. Ever since we started building our distributors saw how we kind of handled things and took care of things and what we were able to do in building the store. And then it was like, hey, would you build stores for us too?
Absolutely.
I'm like, well, I mean, I like money, so why not?
So how do you decide if you want to keep a laundromat versus if you want to give it to your distributor?
We don't give anything up. If it comes to our table first, we're looking at it.
Yeah.
I mean, we looked at stores that haven't panned out, and then I'm like, hey, if you have somebody that wants to get in here, I wouldn't mind making the money on the rebuild side, on the retool, because this location's not for me. On the same hand, the distributors also called us with, hey, this is going to be going up for sale. You should go check it out, which is, kind of a great relationship we have.
What advice do you have for people looking to start up laundromats, looking for capital?
You need to have something. You can't just come in there and expect owner financing for everything.
No.
I know there's people out there that preach that, but that's not realistic in today's market. So you need to have some skin in the game. Once you have some cash, you need some capital, then you can reach out to all these places that fund laundromats. A lot of the companies that sell the equipment will fund it in-house. There's also a few very specific companies that deal with laundromats. And I found that your local banks and credit unions are also great. Like the smaller local branches are better than these huge national banks.
Awesome. Well, if you don't mind me asking, what was your initial investment into the laundromat?
Into our first location or into the whole thing?
Give me all three and the whole thing.
Out of pocket on our first location with real estate, because we did that 1031, I think we were a little over 100K.
Yeah.
Does that sound
That
about
sounds
right?
Yeah.
Then our second location, we purchased super cheap.
Yes.
It was a super rundown store.
That was a laundromat for zombie mat.
That
for
was a
sure.
zombie mat. It was closed for 2 months before we even, we got there, and they've been closed for 2 months before we even looked at the place.
Yeah.
I think we paid 25 grand for the business, but then we spent about another $500,000 on the retool.
Wow.
So it was a lot of investment up front.
And then this one was our biggest investment.
This was our biggest. Yeah, the equipment here was like close to 700 because there's a lot of machines here.
Yeah.
The purchase price was low. I think we paid like 50 grand for this location.
Yeah. And that doesn't include our
That doesn't include the actual
ozone,
remodel. That
yeah.
was just the machines and plus the ozone and the presso.
and the presso.
So this location, we're easily $1 million out of pocket.
Wow.
over $1 million out of pocket.
Well, was it a risk, or did you guys have things in place where you knew you were going to be successful?
I mean, everything in business is a risk,
yeah.
but it's a calculated risk, right? So we did all the numbers, our distributor ran all the demographics, the pro formas, and everything made sense to say, okay, if we spend this money on the retool, not only will we get it back, we should get X amount more. And his numbers are pretty spot on.
Accurate, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So tell me about your involvement with the CLA.
You know, it's funny, we were actually CLA members before Laundromat owners. We joined early on because I realized they have a lot of information out there that can help us with our journey, which was a great thing that we did because the CLA does have a ton of great information out there. And I highly recommend everybody that's looking at getting into the industry, join the CLA, read through those white pages and look at all of the content the CLA puts out. So,
Well, how'd you hear about us?
I think I was just searching when I was doing my research into laundromats. You know, there's associations for everything. So I was like, all right, well, there's got to be a laundry association. And the CLA came up and I was watching other social media influencers with YouTube videos and whatnot, and a lot of people talk about the CLA. So I'm like, all right, let's watch everybody's content before we even get involved in this to see if it's something we want to be part of.
Sure. How have we helped you kind of start up, you know, being a member before you even started Laundromats?
A lot of the training stuff that's out there, even just on wash and fold and, you know, best practices have been great in helping us make decisions. So I feel like there's a lot of value, and going to the events, like we went to the Nashville event for Wash, Dry, Fold as new laundromat owners, like that was huge. Meeting a lot of these other laundromat owners from across the country, and everybody's so willing to share. Like that's what I feel is so amazing about this industry is you meet these people you've never met before, and they're willing to share, you know, whatever you want. I met this guy down at the Clean Show, and he has a crazy social media following. I was like, hey, how did you do it? And he just told me straight up, I did this, and this. You do not get that in any other industry. So
What other events have you guys been to?
So we did the Clean Show. I did the Nashville event. We do the local CLA dinners that they do here in the state. And then our distributor has their local events that, you know, Brian Wallace comes out to. So we go to a lot of those.
Do you think things would look different if you hadn't joined the CLA prior to starting a laundromat?
I mean, I feel like we would have got to the same spot where we are now. It would have just taken a lot longer. So I guess it's like a cheat code, right? You just skip all the hard stuff because somebody's already made the mistakes, done all this learning for you, and they're willing to share it. So why would we start over? You know, kind of just jump in where they're willing to tell us whatever, and then kind of spin it to make it work for our location.
And you say you'd recommend anyone starting a laundromat to dive into the CLA prior?
For sure.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you guys showing me your beautiful store.
Well, we appreciate you coming out here and taking
So nice
the
to
time
meet you guys.
as well. Likewise.
If you want the same resources that Alex used to open up his 3 successful laundromats, scan the QR code and join the CLA, the preeminent resource for laundromat professionals. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you more videos just like this every Sunday.